Good morning and Shabbat Shalom. This Shabbat has a very special name. It's the only Shabbat of the year that's called Shabbat Hagadol, the Great Shabbos. Every Shabbos we wish each other, have a good Shabbos. This Shabbat we have to say, have a great Shabbos. What is so great about this Shabbat? Why is it greater than any other Shabbat? And so the answer goes back to the year that the Jewish people left Egypt. When the Jewish people left Egypt, it was on a Thursday. And the 15th day of the month, the day of the Exodus, was on a Thursday. Shabbat, before they went free, was the 10th day of the month. Now, on the 10th day of the month was the day that God commanded the Jewish people to take a sheep and tie it to their bedpost in preparation for their freedom. And the Jewish people prepared the Paschal lamb from the 10th day of the month, which was Shabbat. Well, in Egypt, they worshipped the sheep, and they came to the Jews, the Egyptians, and they said, why are you tying our God to your bedpost? And they told the Egyptians that God is taking us out in 5 days, and on the evening before our freedom, there's going to be a final plague of the killing of the firstborn. Well, when the firstborn in Egypt heard this, they went to Pharaoh, demanded the release of the Jews so they will not have to die in the plague of the killing of the firstborn, the 10th plague. And Pharaoh's heart was hardened and he refused. And so a civil war broke out, where the firstborn rose up against the Egyptian armies. And that's what we say in our prayers from King David in the book of Psalms, L'makei Mitzrayim b'chareim, that God struck the Egyptians through the firstborn. And to commemorate this miracle, we celebrate the great Shabbat, Shabbat Hagadol. And what the Torah is telling us through this great Shabbat is that the first step in freedom is courage. If you don't have courage, you cannot find liberation and freedom. It took the courage of the Jews to stand up to their tormentors, the Egyptians, and say, we will not tolerate this abuse. We will no longer be slaves. We are demanding our freedom. And we are not afraid to stand up and tie your God to our bedpost and demand our freedom and say that we are a free nation and we are going to go free, and we have faith in God that He will liberate us in 5 days' time. And only when the Jews demonstrated this tremendous faith and courage were they able to find that the miracles began on this Shabbat with the firstborn in Egypt rising up against the Egyptian forces. And this is true 3,335 years later as it was then. We have to have the strength and the faith in God and the courage to follow our beliefs, our values, our dreams, and not remain paralyzed by fear. When we see the way the president of Ukraine, a Jewish man by the name of Zelensky, had the courage to not capitulate to the evil dark forces of Russia. Others would have said, we have no chance, let's just give in, let's wave a white flag. But he stood and fought for his country. And guess what? He's winning. And God willing, he will prevail, and his country will remain a free country. And this is also true in the state of Israel. Israel has had so many enemies. As recently as last night, a terrorist attack on Tel Aviv. 2 people killed, 13 injured that were praying for their recoveries. But the Jewish people are strong. Time and again we said, no, we will live as a proud and free nation. We have faith in God, in our destiny, in our future. Am Yisrael Chai, we will not give in. And indeed, a member of our shul who lives in Tel Aviv now, a young man, sent me pictures this morning when he went down to the site of last night's attack. There are hundreds of people laying flowers and lighting candles over big Israeli flags. And right in the middle of the center of where the attack took place last night was a Chabad rabbi with a table with tefillin. And as dozens and dozens of Israelis were lining up to put on tefillin, put their hand over their eyes and say, Shema Yisrael, Hashem Elokeinu, Hashem Echad. We have faith in God. We will prevail. We will not allow evil to succeed and cause us to live in fear. We will live with courage and determination. Have a Shabbat Shalom, a great Shabbat Hagadol.